Good morning, everyone. This is Ryan Hayes with Engage121. Today we've got Jenny McDonald again joining me to answer your questions as we go through this week's Engage121 product update webinar. As a reminder, the phone lines will be closed for the extent of the webinar, so if you do have questions, please do use the questions system in the GoToWebinar software. Today we've got a handful of exciting things to talk about. I'm going to start off with some new capabilities that we can do for with regard to the Twitter Firehose back search. We're now able to provide a back search of up to 3 years of back data. So from full Twitter Firehose, indexed going back as far as 3 years, you can search any particular part of that in addition to the full 3-year range. So if I want just the month of October from 2011, I can just search for a keyword in that time frame. This is not a free service, unfortunately. There are costs that go along with it, and those costs are estimated on a project-by-project basis. So if you have a more generic term, you're searching a longer range of data or wider range of data, you're searching further back. Those are things that factor into what the actual cost of that back search is, and also factor into the amount of time it takes for that back search to be completed. Unfortunately, there isn't something in the application. This is a project-by-project basis. But what we will do in the event that we do a back search for you is we'll deliver those results into an evaluate chart. So you're able to chart them there, but also be able to export the data from that chart in your evaluate section as well. So it's something that I want to make sure that everyone is aware of is possible. Obviously, if we're on top of things and setting up searches and keeping those things up and running through in real time, you're not going to have any problems. But there are certainly cases where you might need to look back and see what was said about something 3 months back or a year back or something along those lines, things that you can't plan for. So we are happy to be able to provide that as an option for our clients. And we do have some clients that are beginning to take advantage of that now. Next thing I'd like to talk about is Facebook post-level insights. So we have added this into the Engage121 application, and I'm borrowing Jenny's login here today. So we'll take a look at some Facebook insights from the Engage121 Facebook page. So looking at the Facebook Insights chart that I've set up here for post-level insights, if I click on View Data, you'll be able to see broken out by day the number of posts that were made on that day, the number of engaged users per post, total impressions, reach, unique likes, total likes, and then we have a second table below here for unique shares, total shares, unique comments, total comments, and virality. Again, that virality is a Facebook-specific metric that looks at the total number of people that saw your post, and then and takes out of that the total number of people that created a story about it. So creating a story about it being liking it, commenting on it, sharing it, anything along those lines. So taking that the number of activities out of the number of views or the number of unique impressions, and that gives you that virality ratio. So clicking through, we're able to view the actual data for all of those posts for that given day, and then we're also able to export that out as an Excel file where we'll have have that full data available for reviewing however it would like to. Let's see if I can get it up real quick here, and we'll take a look at how that looks. It does include a link back to the original post as well, so you're able to reference from your data the actual link to the post itself. So again, able to export that out so you can chart it however you'd like, and that is available for all of our clients beginning today. We'll go back here. Next thing I'd like to take a look at is some updates to the case filter system. So this one was stemmed from a particular client request relating to their use of the case system, the customer care system. So if I pull up my case list here, you'll see that the actual list of cases that I have down below is including everything. It's including things that are assigned to other people. It's including things that are closed and regardless of status. So one of the options that we've had in there is the ability to edit your case filter. So I can change this now to be just my cases and just my open cases, for example, and submit that. Now, previously, once you navigated away, we would reset that filter back to the default filter, but we've changed this now to be a session, a stored session set, so that if you open cases again from anywhere else in the application, that filter is going to stick. So you'll still have that filter. Now, when you do log out of the application, we're going to reset that filter to viewing all, just to make sure that you don't accidentally miss something because you had set the filter and forgotten about it. So when you do log out, we're going to reset that back to the default view. But at any point when you're in your session that you edit that and apply those filter settings, that will be stored for the remainder of your session. Then the next thing I'd like to talk about is a specific client request for agencies, or those of you using a multi-brand dashboard. And I know you've seen me review this before, but this is what that agency or multi-brand dashboard looks like. Logging in with one login, I'm then able to pick the client or brand or team that I'd like to then log into. So if I'm on multiple teams, I can access them this way. But for those clients that are actually have multiple brands, and those brands are parceled out as individual accounts, so there isn't crossover between them, this provides a way to link those together. So you can maintain those distinct groups, but still be able to have a user or multiple users that are able to transition in between those groups. So I'm going to pick our Rick's Rolls client here and click over into my library. So what we've added here is the ability to create a library that's shared across the other brands and clients that this user has connected. So being logged in as Jack Monson, he has two other brands that he can select, the actual agency brand and then the Java 121 brand. Additionally, within the Rick's Rolls brand that he also has that he's in right now, we also have the ability to share with individual colleagues within there. Now, a couple weeks ago or a week or so ago, I showed you all the difference between the advanced library sharing and the basic library sharing. This is what the advanced version looks like for an account that has that enabled. If I switch over and look at our Java 121 client here, I'm going to show you what the basic version of that looks like. So just same sort of thing. We have the library name that we're putting in, and then choosing whether to share with all of our other brands, share with all of our colleagues, and whether we want to share with all of our outlets. So the advanced version just gives you the ability to pick and choose in each one of those categories who you want to share with. as opposed to just sharing with all or none. Now, this agency level sharing is not something that we are enabling by default for all of our agency accounts. There's obviously a lot of implications that can go along with that. If I am actually an agency user and I work with a number of different clients, I wouldn't want to accidentally share assets from one client with another client. So we're making this an account setting, so it's something that we can turn on for any clients that do use that multi-brand, multi-client dashboard. So if you do use that and you do want that enabled, please let your client service representative know, and we'll be happy to enable that setting for you so that you can begin sharing those assets across brands. There are a lot of different uses for this. Obviously, for an actual multi-brand account, the ability to share parent company specific assets across all brands is obviously beneficial. Additionally, for agencies, you may have particular assets related to the agency or related to social media channels in general that you want to easily share across all of those client accounts and have access regardless of what client you're logged in as. And that's why we did build this system. So that's something that is an option that is available for our clients. Again, for those of you on that agency and multi-dashboard application. So if you would like that, please let us know, and we will be happy to enable that for you. Couple last little things that I'd like to just explain and recap so everyone's aware of them. Facebook is currently having some issues with delivering data through their API. So if you are logged in to the application, you'll notice under alerts that we have some information about those issues. It seems to be most closely related to account privacy permissions. Things that may show up in Facebook are being delivered as prohibited through the API. Facebook is aware of this issue, and they have marked it as the highest priority and are working to fix it as quickly as possible. It is something that is an API-wide issue, so everyone who is retrieving data through that system is susceptible to the same sort of issues. It is not it's not everything. Obviously, you'll see your listen feed is still populating. There's still lots of things coming in. But it does appear to be that if certain users have certain privacy permissions set, those may not appear in the listen feed through the API when they should be. But Facebook has acknowledged that they are aware. They're working as quickly as possible to get that resolved. And we will be monitoring it, monitoring the situation, and let you know as soon as that is resolved. But for the meantime, we just wanted to let you know that it is an issue that's out there. They are working to fix it, and there may be some holes. We haven't found it to be a very large percentage of the posts coming in, but there are certainly opportunities for things to be left out. So hopefully they will resolve that as soon as possible. Appears that it happened with their launch this week of new features. So hopefully that will be resolved immediately, but I did want to make sure everyone was aware of it. You'll also note that we do have an alert in there for those of you on Macs using Safari 6. There was an upgrade that happened that had some issues with related to the Flash player. So we do, if you are having trouble loading your charts and Evaluate, and you are a Mac user in Safari 6, we recommend that you uninstall Flash and then reinstall a fresh install of it. And that should resolve your issues. Again, if you do have any questions about that or challenges doing it, our client service team is happy to help along those lines. And then the last thing I wanted to point out is that if you're not already aware, on our Engage121 channel on YouTube, we are cataloging all of the videos that you guys sit in to watch here, our weekly webinar videos. So you're able to go back and view the recordings of these webinars in case you do have issues attending, or audio drops out, or anything along those lines. If you need to go back and review, we are updating those videos to our Engage121 channel. And if you click on playlists, you'll actually see a specific playlist for the weekly application updates. And if you play that, you'll be able to jump right through all of them. So I do recommend that you go and take a look at that and let us know what you think. If there are other things you'd like to see us cover, we also, Jenny does a weekly social media update video as well as other videos from our team related to social media information. So please do check that out and let us know if there are things that you'd like to see us cover, either in this weekly product update webinar or on the YouTube channel. And additionally, if you do have any questions or feedback about the webinar, please do reach out to Jenny, tweet us at Engage121, contact your client service representative. And if you have any questions about setting up anything that you've seen here today on your account, obviously reach out to your normal client service representative, or you can obviously email support@Engage121.com for more information. Thank you all for joining us for this week's webinar, and we'll see you back here next Friday.